check this out. So I picked up an old Thrustmaster Cougar. It is F16 throttle, and it looks like this. Let's see here. So hope you can see that. So this thing is made of metal, the handle, and this is all metallic. And then inside there's like a plastic cylinder for the throttle axis, which is attached to a potentiometer, and there's like a friction adjustment and stuff. But yeah, it's like a very old Thrustmaster throttle, even before the Warthog came out. But it's a pretty good replica of the F16. Like, the handle is made of metal, so like it's pretty cool feeling, like pretty solid feeling and realistic. The only thing is, I wonder if you can hear this. It has this detents inside that like it feels awful. It's like this double clicky detent. So like that would be the idle detent, and that would be the afterburner detent. But you could rotate these things around. So hopefully I'm gonna figure out where to put them to make it more comfortable, to make it more realistic, and kind of have a button click when I uh, uncage the throttle, and then another one for like the afterburner, I guess, something like that. Anyways, so I used Joy 2 because this thing comes with like this old DIN connector. So there's a tutorial on ED forums on how to replace the old DIN connector with a new USB connection. So I did all this. I struggled a bit because I soldered all the pins correctly, but I messed up the order of the master plug here. So when I plugged it in, I had tons of problems until I went through all my colors and my pins tracing to make sure I was getting to the right pin on the board. And yeah, so I've done all my calibration and uploading the config and everything in Joy 2. So here at this point, so yeah, I've done all this. So here at this point, I haven't gone to the game yet, but I can at least show you guys. So there it is there. So check this out. So Z-axis, that's my throttle. So like the throttle, the axes are a bit jumpy. So I can maybe clean the potentiometers a bit, or like you can filter them. But like the throttle looks pretty. Oh, I can even calibrate, right? Yeah, like the throttle looks pretty accurate. Maybe a little bit of a hard time right at the end. Actually, I'm replacing the main throttle anyways. Throttle axis with a magnetic sensor. There's like a project to do that. But for the rotations, so X rotation is the antenna elevation. Oh no, sorry, it's the hat switch, so that looks pretty good. Y rotation, so that's the hat switch. The slider is the range knob. Like that looks pretty good. And then the next one is the antenna elevation, and each the range knob and the antenna elevation have a center detent, like a little click for you, so that helps. So yeah, so like quite happy with like the accuracy of these. Like even though these are very old potentiometers, and who knows how long this thing's been sitting. So like there's the center detent, like right there. There's a click, so it's staying. So all the way down, all the way up, and then center. So that's the elevation. This is the range. So center detent right there. So like that's perfect. Out to the top, back to the bottom, and then back to the center. Click. Throttle axis. So like a little jumpy. So this is a known issue. Like this potentiometer is plastic, so it's probably worn down over the years, but like still seems like in pretty good shape accuracy wise. And then this probably is the worst one, the cursor. Whoops, I'm just tightening up the friction. It's not really working. Okay, so the cursors, I'm just rotating my thumb all around. So I'm going to test it in DCS to see, like, can I really control the T-pod with this? Like, it seems pretty accurate. Maybe there's a bit of a play in the middle, like maybe I need to add a dead zone, but like that looks like a little jumpy, but like maybe if I just add a little bit of a dead zone, it might kind of go away. So yeah, like this thing I think is in pretty good shape. And then for the buttons, so this tutorial gave me 12 buttons, but I'm only counting 10 buttons on the throttle. So it starts with 3. So cursor enable, so I'm clicking the hat switch. Uncage, which is at the top of the manual range. 5 and 6 are for the speed brake. So 6 is momentary, you pull it back, and then if you let go, it clicks off. And then 5 is closing the speed brake. Dogfight aft and forward. So dogfight gun mode, dogfight missile mode. Then the last one is there's a little 4-way hat for the comm switch. So 4 ways. Yeah. So I just don't know what 1 and 2 are supposed to be. But if you follow along, like the old Thrustmaster Cougar scheme, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So like maybe this guy just added extra like as an extra expansion for later if you wanted or something. But anyways, I made a comment in the forum asking about it. I wonder if the guy will respond to me after 4 years, but we'll see. So yeah, like I'm pretty pleased right now. I'm gonna go and test things out in DCS. But yeah, this thing's pretty cool. All right, thanks guys. Okay, bye bye.